Good day and welcome back to the Vitality Project. I'm Dr. Bob and I want to welcome you. Thank you for joining me. Yesterday, we completed a quick review of some core concepts and applications that we've presented over the last few months having to do with mind-body bridging, which is a set of recovery tools that can aid anybody who's struggling with enslavement to substances or other behaviors. What we did for our exercise was to review a recent distressful experience, and we analyzed that experience by looking at requirements that we placed on it. They may be very subtle, but they're in there oftentimes. Any negative storylines associated with our experience, as well as the activation of what we've been calling the depressor versus the fixer, these two parts of ourselves, the depressor that takes us down the rabbit hole of shame and self-condemnation, and the fixer which tries to provide soothing, even if temporary, for that distress caused by the depressor. Curious, what did you discover in the exercise? I hope that you found it useful and illuminating. So by now we have established that there are two major brain modes. We've been calling the first one the resting brain, the second one the red alert brain. They're both vital, but they're also very much connected to how we move through stress in our lives and whether we move in the direction of protecting our sobriety, our freedom from enslavement to addiction, or if we get caught and get sucked into a relapse. These two modes have a lot more to do actually with our experience of external stress than most of us care to imagine. We just don't realize how impactful they are. When we impose our inner requirements, just as one example, when we impose our inner requirements on reality, and then anytime, every time that reality diverges from those expectations, well, we move from resting brain to red alert brain, and we suffer. So what exactly is to be done? You know from previous experiences here with me at the Vitality Project that we have frequently practiced mindfulness of the breath, a very simple, non-sectarian approach to relaxing our bodies and minds. It helps us to restore our bodies and minds back to resting brain, especially when we've been thrown out of the saddle into red alert brain. So for today, what I'd like you to do is dedicate 5 minutes to revisiting mindfulness. The instructions are simple. Close your eyes, begin to slowly breathe in through your nose. Notice as you breathe in that your stomach rises slowly when you inhale, and that it slowly falls as you exhale. And that as you're doing this, thoughts and sensations will inevitably arise. And just simply, when you find your mind wandering, just re-anchor your attention back to the rising and falling of your stomach with each breath. That's the exercise. I want you to take 5 minutes just settling in. Allow yourself to enjoy that. And when you complete those 5 minutes, the next instructions are these. I'd like you to review yesterday's journal exercise. Remember that I had you review a recent stressful situation. And this time I want you to review that exercise and make note of any differences as you go through the exercise between today's review, which follows after mindfulness, and yesterday's. We did the very same exercise yesterday, except without mindfulness. I want you to ask yourself a few questions. Is your mind more or less cluttered today versus clear as compared with yesterday? Cluttered versus clear mind. How about your body? Is it more or less tense versus relaxed, comparing yesterday and today? And in this state that you experience today following on mindfulness, how do you feel emotionally? How do you feel? And how might you act based on this state of mind and body on the heels of mindfulness? Let's see how you process stressful circumstances in the context of cultivating resting brain, and let's make notes of those differences. They'll be important for us as we move forward. Well, again, I want to thank you for joining me. Good luck with the exercise. Come back and join me tomorrow. Between now and then, please stay safe and be well. Take good care.